Multiplayer in Halloween is a
One thing, in the true fashion of reacting, I'm going to pause it, like I said, at moments I think are cool. Right off the bat, a lot of those cinematic kills, it's already given me the Friday the 13th vibe, which is awesome. I love the cinematic kills. I don't know if I'm ever going to be playing as Michael because I've never been good at playing killer on any game, but so far the cinematic kills are super cool.
1v4 asymmetrical horror experience that pits the residents of Haddonfield against the shape of pure evil, Michael Myers. In this quintessential slasher simulator, our playable cast of civilian characters desperately attempt to save their...
Okay, I'm only pausing it because I kind of wanted to get a look at the layout here, which I think so far the layout it's simple, which is good. I don't really like the whole overcrowded UI, but I like that it obviously looks like there's a stamina bar in the bottom left. I'm assuming on the right side is going to be the 3 things that you can have your items, I'm guessing, like things you can loot and find. I like that the map, and I'm wondering if the map on the top right, if you can change it to moving with your character, or if you can just get it like a square standard map. And then obviously on the left side, it's got the objectives. So far, if they can keep it like this, because I know a lot of the times with demos, they have it a certain way, then they end up getting feedback and they end up changing it. I think this looks great so far. I really, really like the layout, and I hope it stays something like this. And then I'm curious on the top with the time limit. So I like with Friday the 13th and all these other asim horror games, there usually is a time limit, but I like that it gives you it off the top. And that might not even be that. It might be just, time to do a certain objective. I don't know. But I like that you have a sense of what the time is on the top.
Their neighbors and themselves from the omnipresent boogeyman, while Michael fixates on stalking and slaying his targets. Halloween
That's a really cool kill.
Fans of the genre know and love, but we're incredibly excited to pull...
Okay, I gotta go back. That's a really cool shot. And I know it was just kind of like more of a cinematic thing, but that is super cool. Just seeing him in the window right there, that is just I don't have words. I'm so excited for this. I truly am.
But we're incredibly excited to pull back the curtain and unveil more details that demonstrate...
So already off the bat right here, we have the same mechanic as when as when Jason picks you up. You have the chance to break free. It's all green flags over here for me and thumbs up. I'm almost trying to find a lot of similarities between this game and Friday the 13th. A lot of people aren't going to like it, but the more similarities I see with this, I've got no complaints. I know a lot of people are going to be upset with this, seeing a lot of similarities between this and Friday the 13th, but I also think there's a core Friday the 13th fans that are going to be super excited about this. And now I'm curious because Gun Media and Ilphonic are doing this, and there is quite a bit of similarities, at least that I've seen so far. I wonder if they're gonna just kind of ditch the idea of a remastered version of Friday the 13th, because if I'm understanding correctly, at Comic-Con this past year, they did announce that there is a new Friday the 13th game coming. I wonder if it's going to be a remastered, or because we have this now, if it's going to be a whole different type of thing. I don't know, and I think that's something I'm curious about. But for now, because there's been no further mention, and I understand probably there won't be because you got the new Crystal Lake show coming, and you kind of want to keep all focus on that as a Friday the 13th fan, so I understand that. This is what we have right now, and I'm super enjoying it so far, and I haven't even touched it yet.
There are more details that demonstrate our commitment to delivering our most robust, dynamic, and terrifying multiplayer offering yet.
Whoa.
Michael Myers is a creeping, methodical killer, and on Halloween night, Haddonfield becomes his hunting ground. The boogeyman's primary desire is to eliminate every living resident in this quiet town, but he also begins each match with a list of special targets that supply greater rewards if killed before time expires.
Oh, that's cool.
These unfortunate residents are positioned across various sites in the map, and Michael players are empowered to use their nightmare suite of abilities to locate, terrorize, and ultimately execute their victims and anyone bold enough to interfere with their bloodthirsty ambitions. Killer Sense allows players to step
I wonder if you can crawl out of windows.
The residents of Haddonfield. When using this skill and entering the first-person perspective, Michael becomes aggressively aware of his surroundings and the proximity of potential prey. By focusing on targets with murderous intent, Michael builds varying levels of stalk, which aid him in identifying and tracking targets and open increasingly satisfying options for executions.
I do I really like, if we go back here a little bit, I like on the executions that it's got like a Grand Theft Auto cheat code combination that you got to punch in to do certain executions. And I imagine that there's probably going to be like a certain kill packs that you can buy. I'm assuming there's going to be buyable content, and I would have to guess that there's going to be executions that you could buy like in a store, which also leads me to what a lot of people were asking is I wonder if there's going to be different skins for Michael Myers, because I would love to get the version of him from Halloween Kills where he's got kind of half of the burned face. I think that'd be super sick.
For executions. An effective killer always keeps their victims unaware of their presence until those final fatal moments. While historically Michael Myers isn't known for his speed, fundamental abilities like shape jump amplify the shape's moment.
That's just like the teleporting ability from Jason. Just pointing that out.
Ability with hauntingly unpredictable results. In shape jump, Michael slips into the shadows to move around environments unseen.
That's gonna be terrifying.
Not only does this increase Michael's base movement speed, but it also provides access to other powerful traversal options, including shape dash, which sends Michael lunging forward with violent momentum. Shape jump is confidently one of the most powerful tools at Michael's disposal and supplies unlimited possibilities for iconic jump scare moments. However, that potency comes with a few major caveats. Our masked antagonist can only enter and exit shape jump while in the cover of darkness or outside a resident's line of sight.
Wait, that's super sick. So as long as you just keep things lit up, he can't do that? But then I saw the leak where he can knock out power, so gotta just stay in the light. Otherwise, he could be lurking anywhere. That is freaking awesome.
The light may provide temporary reprieve for the residents of Haddonfield, but Michael can work to remove sources of illumination by shutting off lights, cutting power, and even
when Jason cuts the power at the cabins in Friday the 13th, the game. Similar.
and catalyzing temporary blackouts. Despite the
I love how they were all like
malevolence of
ready to
Michael
fuck
Myers,
him up, and
his
then as soon as the
horrifying
lights go out, they're
homecoming
like,
to
yeah, never
Haddonfield
mind.
Won't be welcomed without resistance. As the body count climbs and evidence of the boogeyman's presence becomes undeniable, local authorities, residents, and distinct playable civilians may decide to gather weapons and face off against evil itself. Thankfully, Michael knows his way around sharp objects and will have multiple options for melee combat encounters.
Oh, so he can pick
And
up
if
weapons
especially
too?
persistent Haddonfieldites do manage to get the upper hand, and in exchange, don't worry.
How the hell?
It's not possible.
We've said it once, and we'll say it again. You can't kill the boogeyman. While Michael swiftly
I love
endeavors
this.
to turn Haddonfield into a graveyard, our heroic group of civilian characters desperately attempts to save their neighbors and escape the boogeyman's bloodthirst. As a civilian, it's up to you to find fellow Haddonfield residents, convince them of his malicious intent, and guide them safely to one of several possible randomized escapes located around the map before they meet.
Oh, so I don't know if that's how it's gonna be, but if you convince the residents to escape with you, I wonder if you get like more XP for that, because I imagine you could just leave without helping them and just say fuck all, every man for himself. But I wonder if that'd be like more XP or like a challenge based type of thing.
An untimely end. This distinctive cast of playable civilian characters each comes equipped with unique stats, special traits, and signature personalities. To ensure no two matches of Halloween play out the same, our team has constructed a vast playground of possibilities in Haddonfield, offering civilians a multitude of diverse gameplay systems to aid them in achieving their objectives and surviving the night. As civilians
have to learn
navigate
those.
these environments, they'll uncover points of interest, revealing resident NPCs, lootable containers, hiding places, telephones, possible escape routes, and more. Thoroughly and cautiously exploring your surroundings could very well mean the difference between life and death. And when death comes to your little town,
pocket knives.
it's probably not a bad idea to head to your neighbors and contact the local authorities. Civilians are tasked with tracking down surviving residents and warning them of the looming threat. Successful conversations with residents can permit civilians to request additional calls to police, commands to find secure hiding places, or companionship as they navigate the formerly peaceful streets of Haddonfield.
Should we stick together? Maybe we're better as a team.
Whether it's a local family friend or the authorities, there's safety in numbers. Once the innocent residents of Haddonfield have been located and persuaded, it's time for the civilians to plan their harrowing escape. Lootable containers scattered throughout the map
Possibly a
contain
bike.
weapons, distractions, and key items that can be used to unlock and
Firecrackers,
access a variety
dude.
of possible escape routes. The location of these items and escapes changes from match to match, so civilians greatly benefit from adjusting their strategies based on the objects uncovered.
And car,
It's
so
also worth
car,
noting that
bike,
initiating these escape
cops.
sequences generates a tremendous amount of noise, which will alert Michael to your exact location. So what happens in the likely event that a civilian becomes another display of Michael's wretched, inhumane nature? Well, their Haddonfield story isn't over just yet. Even in death, they can support their friends and even return as a sheriff's deputy or the unrelenting Dr. Loomis.
And we even have a Tommy Jarvis reincarnation, but as obviously as they said, Dr. Loomis or a cop. So this is just Friday. It seems like a more amped up Friday the 13th. Fuck yeah.
Once they've re-emerged upon the streets of Haddonfield, they can cooperate with the remaining civilians and responding officers to try and put a stop to Michael's murderous rampage.
Freeze where you are, Michael. You're coming with me.
While he can't be killed, with enough community resistance, the proper equipment, and sheer manpower, he can be detained and shipped back to Smith's Grove Sanitarium.
Oh, that's badass.
Halloween is a legendary film with a genre-defining legacy, and our mission has been to bring the film's unsettling sense of dread to our asymmetrical horror sandbox. By empowering players to control the tension and stage the scares, we're building a multiplayer experience designed with replayability at the forefront. We'll have more details to share regarding character progression, character traits, customization, proximity chat, and more thrilling gameplay features.
Let's
in the
go
coming
for
months.
proximity
But
chat.
we can't wait for all of you to join us when Halloween launches on September 8th, 2026.
All I can say is, as far as potential goes, this has an ungodly amount of potential. And I so hope that it can live up to it. I honestly think off the bat, this is one of the very few games that I've seen where I already feel like I'm going to enjoy it without even playing it. And I cannot say that for a lot of games. And I have not been able to say that for a lot of games. And honestly, I have not been able to say that about a game since Friday the 13th. I'm a big horror guy, especially when it comes to asim games, and I think this is going to be the one around, but I genuinely think with everything they have, how many details, it looks incredible. And I think with this game and the direction they're going in, I think Gunn and Ilphonic, I think they have a lot of things they can do and a lot of different directions they could take this game in as far as updates and roadmaps. It's already got a 10 out of 10 for me. I like the similarities, as this was what I was hoping for to a Friday the 13th game. You've got the firecrackers for distraction. I saw the pocket knives that I'm assuming you could use to get away. You can reincarnate as, or you can come back as one of the OG characters like Dr. Loomis. You can come back as a cop. Like in Friday the 13th, you can come back as Tommy Jarvis. You can get away by car. You can call the cops. There's regular escape routes. And I'm not mad about it. And I think a lot of Friday the 13th fans aren't going to be mad about this either. I am really freaking excited. I'm going to be coming back to react when they come out with more details. And I keep tweeting at them every day, and they keep liking the tweets, but they won't answer. And I really hope they do soon. I hope there's like a beta soon, or like at some point, because we're about 8 months away. And I just can't wait, man. I'm so excited for this. So I just want to get on here and react to it and share my thoughts, share my overall excitement. And yeah, it's going to be a Sunday when you're seeing this, because I got no stream clips because I haven't been streaming. Still planning on being back on the 2nd, which is when I was originally supposed to be back. Hope you guys are all doing well, and I will see you. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
He's coming to you.
Really bad, only because
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where
I'm probably
thing
dead. I couldn't
trap
put the
went.
board down.